Hello, and welcome back to Land of the Seven Suns with me, Fishy Plant Man, as your host. Okay, yeah. I was gonna do a watering video today, but instead I decided to do a Monstera video instead. I decided to finally tie this leaf up to get it out of the way so I quit bumping it. I thought it had given up and was just gonna to fade out, but it hasn't actually done it. So there it is, my best Monstera leaf, sort of. So yeah, it got tied up. It's actually got some resistance to it. I was gonna bring it up even more to get that shadow off of some of the leaves, but it had some resistance, and yeah, I want to bring the heads up, but gradually so I don't hurt the horse. I mean the plant. Okay, if you can figure out that reference, two useless fishy plant man points. Yeah. I decided to mention it. One, this leaf is, you know, 99, 98% open. No fenestrations or perforations. Not a big surprise. I kind of saw that coming. But two, and this is worth noticing, I think, it is smaller than its older sibling. Okay. It's also lighter. This one's not as dark as it appears, but it is darker than this little one. I'm just thinking, leaves should get bigger as they age. Well, not necessarily. If I come down to the pothos, let me look over here. Yeah. This one, where am I at? This one here is littler than, say, this one, which was right before it. Littler than this one, which is a couple after it. Littler than this one. But then this one, which is a couple ahead of it, is bigger again. And even this one, which is directly ahead of it, is bigger. I apologize, I was looking at the plant more than the camera. I don't know how my camera work is. But yeah, that little one in the middle is little, but other leaves are getting bigger. That one was just little for whatever reason. Back here, this one's a little smaller than this one, I think. They're pretty close to the same size, I guess. But they're both bigger than this older one back here. So it did go back in the right direction. Immediately, far as I can tell. This one got a little bit smaller than like this one. So, yeah. Some end up a little smaller, I guess. I'm sure there's reasons. But I'm going to just let it go. Let it settle in. Yeah, we've got two leaves that aren't showing any signs of Monstera characteristics. If I get up to 5 leaves that aren't showing, I might stop and think. I mean, technically, You know, we've got 3 leaves, but this one isn't mine. I barely claim this one. It grew in my care, but I think most of its resources came from the mother plant, actually. And then this one, yeah, I guess I pretty much grew this one. But there still might be some resources, even in this leaf, from the mother plant. It's just not far enough for me to be sure that it's depleted everything and is solely relying on what I'm giving it yet. It will get there, but within the first 3, even 6 leaves, I kind of wonder. So I'll give it some more time. I'm not as worried as I might be if this Monstera, and yes, it's a totally different kind. Yeah, a little bit of a religious reference there, I guess. But yeah, it did the same thing. The first couple of leaves it grew when it was put over here as a wilted mess, at least one of them didn't have any holes. And then it started, here's a fairly old, it's lost. I mean, a few days ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago now, it had lost another matriarchal leaf. 3 holes. This one's got, 5? This one up here has 4. This one, which is toward the top, has 7. This other one, because I think there's 2 vines growing here, this one has 8. So the leaves are getting, more holes as they age. Well, not as they age, but as the plant progresses. So yeah, this one's doing its perforations, fenestration, whatever. It's holes. It's producing holes perfectly fine. And like I said, when it first moved over here, it had to get hydrated, but then B, at least its first leaf was solid. Maybe its second and third one were solid, but it did eventually start acting like a Monstera. And even though they're different, I think this one will do the same as it settles in. Wow, 8.5 minutes. I'll go ahead and let you go. Talk to you next time.